Hello, welcome to my channel, Renzo here. Today I'm gonna paint a Bom Bom. Bom Bom. Yeah, that's her name, Bom Bom. Okay, this is a painting for Jamie Bays from USA. Thank you, Jamie, for the commission. Okay, the colors I'm gonna use are titanium white, cadmium yellow light. I just have a little bit because I don't think I'm gonna use too much yellow. Cadmium red, alizarin crimson, raw umber, ultramarine blue, and ivory black. What I'm gonna need maybe is another blue. I have here a little bit of cerulean blue. Yeah, I was thinking to paint the background kind of bluish or maybe greenish, but something more vivid, a bit more saturated. Okay, I'm gonna start sketching. Hello, JJ. Thank you for being here. Hello, Shu Lamit. Hello, Tipu. Hello, Trudy. Trudy saying hi from Oregon. Hello, Patty. Oliva saying hi from Michigan. Okay, thank you so much for being here. As a medium, I'm gonna use linseed oil. Start with raw umber. Okay, let's see. First, and just try to blocking the overall shape. Simplifying. For example, I see this portion here, and I think about just straight lines and try to group, kind of creating an envelope around her body. Hello, Wendy. Say hi from England. Okay. Jamie saying that he adopted Bon Bon. Oh, let me read it here. Adopted her in China, and she was the sweetest, that's the way to say, dog, but only to a select few people. And she didn't accept anyone. Anyone she didn't accept wasn't allowed to pet her. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah. Jamie sent me 3 photographs. Okay, this the other one is the upper one that I keep putting here on the screen just to wanna see the color or the eyes for a bit more detail. Yeah, but mostly I'm gonna copy this one, Okay, let's see. I got the overall shape. Now I'm gonna think about the darker shapes on the face. You can just do this. Okay, this is raw umber. It's kind of a dark brownish color, kind of greenish. And my canvas is prepared. I toned the canvas with acrylics. Okay, let's see. What else? The nose. Okay. But Bum Bum, she looks pretty sweet and happy here in this photograph. Even that looks like she's even smiling. Yeah. Okay. I got at the top at least 1 more inch, at the bottom 1 more inch. Now about background. Okay, let's see. I was thinking green, but now I'm thinking light blue. Okay, I'm gonna just wait for the background. I'm gonna paint first the lighter values that I see on Bonbon's body. Okay, the lights. Okay, since she's basically, let's say, white and grayish color, I'm gonna just use pure white for a little bit of raw umber. A little bit of linseed oil. Okay. A bit more paint. Squinting down my eyes. I know one thing for sure, that it doesn't matter if I see, for example, that the light here on her chest is lighter than the light on the nose. I'm gonna change that. Okay, and I usually do that just to create an illusion of depth, to make this area recede and this area pop forward. That means that I'm gonna add highlight on the nose for sure that we don't see. Okay, and I'm gonna make this area a bit darker. I mean, not dark, but let's say not as bright as the color that we see on the picture. Yeah, something. Maybe that's gonna be enough. That's gonna be, yeah. And I'm gonna just add to this area maybe a couple of brush strokes of pure white. Another thing that I'm gonna do is obviously work all this area with really sharp edges and all this kind of soft and blurry. Okay. Now I got the lights. Okay. Now I'm gonna think about midtones. Or she's smiling or she's about to bite you. Oh, hello, Jeremy. Jeremy saying, I imagine that dog as being on the hyperactive side. Hello, Susan from Canada. Hmm. Jeremy saying, the kind who at first try to discipline but then eventually give up and let it do whatever it wants. Yeah. I mean, smaller dogs looks like they are pretty active. I mean, I'm not an expert, but I'm saying because of I had some, right now I have small dog, but I could say that she looks more active than the bigger one that I had a few years ago. And yeah, I don't know why, but I don't think it has to do with the size. No, maybe it has to be with the, I don't know, the character, the house. Maybe if a dog lives in a really quiet house, Maybe it becomes quiet eventually. Yeah, it could be. Okay, I'm thinking about midtone, a midtone, and another touch of ultramarine blue. Just a few colors first. The more important, obviously, when it's about painting, for me, are the values, just to get the midtones, light, and shadows. Once I start just thinking about the face, it's about the personality. You know, I get the feeling that every dog is, you know, has something different. I mean, like just like humans, you know, we are 8 million, 8 billion people, and I think we can just see differences between each one of us. Hello, Trudy. Looks up here. Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, that's pretty good. So it's nice to share the same passion for the painting as you do. Yeah, that's for sure. And for me, being painting here is the closer thing I have to when I used to share a studio with my friends. Even that each one of us has a space. It was a house. That means that the doors were always open, and we just kind of move around the house just to see what somebody's painting, and we kind of end up sometimes speaking around one of my friends, all of them there while this friend was painting. It was the same for my case, and I kind of have the same feeling when I'm here painting. I remember that sometimes I saw my friend mixing a color or a color combination or a color harmony that was pretty beautiful. It was like, how do you did? Okay, and I was trying at the same time to learn something from. We tried to learn something from each one of us. Okay, kind of started to see the proportions. Now it's pretty good to step back. I don't step back. You know what I do? I have a window here as OBS. You know the program OBS? That's the program where I put photographs. There I can change it, make it bigger, smaller. And what happens is on my screen, I can make it pretty small. And look at that. And it's just like stepping away, like I don't know, a lot. Okay. Okay. Now the background. Another thing that I was thinking, maybe there's shadow there. Okay. I can make all this completely dark because we don't see her legs here. Maybe that's something good just to blend it, smooth out the surface, that area. Just keep all the tension here. Okay. Another thing, I made a mistake. I think I should have painted bomb a little bit closer to the left. I got too much space here and not too much space here. Anyway. Okay, I'm gonna paint the background, and since I'm not sure about yet, I mean, it's gonna be bluish or greenish, I'm gonna pick up something, let's say neutral. Okay, which one is gonna be? Okay, blue first, because I think if I add yellow, it's gonna be easier and faster just to turn it green. Yeah. Blue, white, little bit of raw umber. Mm-hmm. I can make it bluer on top and darker at the bottom, or darker on top and lighter at the bottom. Okay, yeah, maybe darker on top. That's gonna create more contrast with the face. Yeah, and lighter here. Okay, I gotta think about it. I like the color. Maybe I'm gonna keep something neutral, and then decide if I make it darker on top or lighter, or vice versa. Backgrounds are pretty important because we can create more contrast with the background. Here, for example, if I make it darker and here there's light, definitely that's gonna make the body just pop. If I just lower the contrast, that's gonna recede. But that doesn't mean that there's not gonna be a volume. But that's the feeling that we got. Okay, now sometimes it's pretty beautiful when we got a soft contrast. For example, I'm thinking right now, what's the beauty about Bonbon here? I think, obviously her eyes and her mouth. I don't know if she's about to bite you or just kind of, obviously not, but I have seen some dogs like kind of smiling. Okay, I'm thinking, what if I keep just soft or not too much contrast around, and I keep all the contrast here. Yeah. Well, okay, that could be a good idea. I have here a mixture between ultramarine blue and cerulean blue with a little bit of raw umber and white. And a little bit of linseed oil. I like the idea. Hello, Anna. Okay, Wendy said, creator Holly said, looks super cute already. Thank you. Wendy saying, what's the largest size commission you do? Okay, I got another question related to that. Jeremy saying, tell us the story of the hardest commission you've ever done. Oh yeah, I got more than one story about that. But the bigger one, I got two bigger ones. One was a human figure that was kind of double the size of a real human figure. That was so difficult to paint something bigger. It's easier to paint something smaller, but bigger definitely is pretty hard. The proportions usually it takes a lot of time just to get the drawing. Yeah. And sometimes I love just to paint and draw at the same time. but I have experienced the difficulty that just doing that on a bigger size. And when I have painted bigger sizes, I prefer just to draw first, spend a lot of time drawing. I painted this one, it was the size of, okay, in foot that would be like 8 by 8 foot. In meters that would be like 3 meters by 2. That was so huge. That was pretty nice. Uh, the thing is when we paint, I mean, and we all experience that, the beginning is just, let's say, kind of okay. The middle of the process, starting to feeling the weight of what you see. That's what's coming, like all the rest of the process. But when you overpass like 60 or 70% of the process, you start to feeling like, oh my God, this is pretty good. You love it. You just like the feeling, the emotions. You feel yourself rewarded of being there for all those hours. Yeah, and I remember the painting. It came out pretty good. I was in my 20s, I think, when I got that commission. I didn't know how. I mean, I didn't know about how to put a price of a painting. And I was studying at the School of Art. I remember the first commission I got. It was a smaller one. Somebody told me, "Hey, I want you to draw my son." I was like, "Yeah." And I said, "How much?" One of my friends told me, "What about something like $2 or $3?" I said, "Sounds okay. Yeah, sounds like the amount of money to buy, a meal in a restaurant, a cheaper restaurant." And I said, $3. I said, okay. And I did it. I was pretty happy. And then when somebody asked me for this bigger one, this huge commission, I asked, I think I remember, $50. Something that I regret. No, I don't regret. Something I could change if I go to the School of Art, and let's say that I work as a teacher in the School of Art. Something that I could do definitely is just to tell students, hey, teach them at least, or give them an idea about how much to charge, because a student doesn't know, and it's just like you're so happy that you got a commission. Doesn't matter how much that you're getting paid. It's just that you're just happy enough that somebody wants you to paint something, because that you got the feeling that you're being selected from so many painters. If you're being selected, it means that you're good, and that's why you're getting a commission, and that's kind of enough. I mean, it shouldn't be the way, yeah. But anyway, it was like that. One of my friends, he used to charge really low. Okay, I got it down. Now we seen the bombs body coming forward. Okay. Oh, the other question was the hardest commission. Oh, the hardest one. It was a couple of ones. The one, it wasn't hard. It was like more like all the feelings that I got. Okay, I'm gonna paint a little bit more here. I just realized that I seen this. Okay, 1 second. Okay, let's see. I need more. I need to paint more here. Okay, now, right now everything is kind of flat. Yeah, but here's the idea. Okay, first the shadow there. It shouldn't be this too dark, the shadow, because I want my eyes go here. Yeah, but let's paint the shadow first. Okay. Now, let's see. That's the shadow. Now I need another brush to paint the darker colors on the face. I'm gonna use raw umber, a little bit of black, not too much paint, linseed oil. I'm gonna add more paint in a minute, but right now I don't want too much paint because that's gonna be more difficult to make a correction. And usually a darker color is gonna just get into everywhere and is kind of pollute all the other colors too much. Even the background. I mean, I don't have too much colors, but it could just having too much of this one at the beginning. It could be just too dangerous to control all the other colors that I'm planning to put on the paint. Okay, that's good. Now, the nose is going to be the darker spot. Okay, even that I see that the dog bum is, it has it's black and white. Let's say I'm gonna try to make a difference between the values. I'm gonna try to keep the darkest dark just on the nose. Okay, and the mouth too here. It's gonna be a darker spot. Yeah, what's my plan? Okay, here I'm gonna try to keep one value lighter than here. Okay, I'm gonna try this. It's pretty hard to try to control values that are too close, but let's try it. Okay, what's the intention? The intention is to make, the mouth and the nose of bum nose, the mouth just pop forward. Okay. Now that's gonna add more three-dimensionality to the painting. But let's see. That's an idea. I'm showing what my idea. Okay. Sometimes I have a story like this. I ended up just copying the same values. Like, oh, this is black and this is black too. Because I needed that contrast. But anyway, I'm gonna try to just having that differences between one and the other value. Okay. Now, just with these few brush strokes here, I start to see, bums, values in the face. When I get to the eyes, that's when I'm gonna put a lot of attention to that expression. Okay. Now, speaking about my hardest commission, I think I have told you these stories because I don't. Lately, I haven't, haven't had a harder commission. Hello, Michael. Uh, oh, oh, Pat, Patty Oliva is saying $2 or $3. $3, I think it was. But I was pretty happy, that day I was able to go and just to a restaurant because we used to eat on the School of Art. In the School of Art, it was like we got free food there. Yeah? But that day I paid for my own food. Or maybe it was for a couple of beers, or maybe just for one beer. It was enough. No, a couple of beers. No, one. Okay, let me think about it. $3. Yeah, for a couple of beers. Yeah. And at that time, in my 20s, definitely I loved to drink some beers from time to time. Okay, the hardest commission, it was One that was pretty funny, but it wasn't because it was hard to paint. It was because at the time that I took the painting to the client. Okay, I got bumps, I think face. Okay, I painted a woman, and she gave me a photograph that was kind of blurry. Yeah, but she was in her 50s, I think. And the photograph, it was when she was in her maybe 40s. I don't remember that clearly. But the thing, I painted her like she was in her 20s. And I remember I took the painting, and her mom was there. And her mom was, "Hey, Lorenzo, hey, you painted a portrait. Oh, that looks so beautiful. Who's she?" And I said, "Oh my God, this is not gonna be okay," because her own mom didn't recognize her daughter on the painting. I said, "Okay, it's just not gonna be okay." And then I was waiting there, you know, and then she came. She showed up and said, "Okay, let's see the painting." She was with a friend, and she just was just staring at the painting without saying anything, you know. And all of a sudden, her friend, she was like, "Oh my God, that's you! I remember you when you were in your 20s." And I remember seeing her expression. She opened up her eyes, really wide, and she was like, "Oh my God, yes, it's me." And then her mom was just passing by. Her mom was like, "What? It's not you." and, and yeah, it was kind of scary. I get paid and ran off from that place really fast. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Now the hardest commission I got, I painted. Okay, one second, one second. I need to. Okay, I like it. I like it. Yeah, yeah, it's okay. Let's see. Now I'm thinking. Yeah, okay, a bit of contrast here. Here, I think it's gonna be okay. Okay, not as much contrast as here. Yeah, okay, that's good. A little bit of light here. Mm-hmm. And the background here is okay. Maybe a bit darker, just to. I don't want to create too much contrast, for example, with the ears, because that's going to make the ears pop. And I want the ears to recede a little bit. I want all the contrast here. Yeah, that's okay. I want to create the feeling that she's coming forward a little bit, and everything is receding around here. To put all the attention on the face. Okay. Oh, Richard Kulberhausen, as soon as you touched the canvas with the white, I could have stopped. Just screen your eyes. It looked perfect. I would have been terrified to go further in case I ruined it. Thank you, Richard. Trudy C saying the years of our study should be included in the price. I would think. Yeah. That somebody has to teach us, you know, how to put some prices. You know, I don't know. The School of Art, it was like a magical place, but it's just like never thought about. Hey, these little guys are gonna go out trying to make a living from this. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I got a question here. Are you using soft brush or brush? Oh, no, this is synthetic brushes. I bought this. You buy a set of these ones on Dollar City. I don't know if that store exists there where you live, but that's a store that it has really cheap Did I say cheap? I tried to say cheap, inexpensive. Okay, things, and there is a section that is it has some. They have some brushes, canvases. They work pretty good. I'm not recommending what I use. What happens is this store is pretty close to where I live. And every time that I go to this mall, I got into this store to buy even paper towel, you know. And I ended up buying a set of brushes because what happens if is in no time the hair starts just coming off, and but you got 6 brushes for $2. It's just like it's okay. They're pretty good for at least for a couple of weeks, or for at least for 3 or 4 paintings. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna try to paint some few details on Bomb Bomb's face. Beautiful Bomb Bomb here. Oh, I was about to say about the hardest commission. Yeah, I painted. I remember 4 kids with pastel, and when I took the painting to, you know, to the house of the client, she was like, "Oh my God, I love the painting. It's beautiful, but you know what? There is a little bit of something here that is my nephew. This little one. It looks closer to the photograph you're painting, but if you see him right now, even that the photograph I sent you, I took it like maybe 6 months ago. He doesn't look anything like the photograph, and of course not the painting. And then she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna bring him for you to see it." And she brought, her nephew, and oh my God, it was like his face was more elongated. He has changed a lot, and I was like, wow. And I was thinking, but that's not my fault, yeah. But she naturally said, okay, just change it. I wanna leave him here for you to just retouch the painting. It was so natural, like she make it like sound something so simple that I said I don't know why. Okay, that's okay. And I was there just with my pastels, just repainting this little kid's face. I kind of added half-inch to his face. Wow, it was so difficult, and I don't I didn't even know when to stop, because from time to time she was just like a fly just around me, just seeing the painting. It was like, oh, hey, it looks pretty nice. And then the other kids, they were like around. They said, it doesn't look like him. Oh my God, you know. And I was just there like for an hour, retouching, retouching, retouching. And in that moment, this person saw the painting. Was, oh my God, that's him. That's perfect. You know. And how much time do you need? It's just in that second I said, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not gonna touch this. I was sweating, just like I remember. I was asking her, okay, do you have a Coke? Anything to drink with ice? Yeah, that was pretty stressful. Yeah. But I was pretty happy to pull it off at the end. But that was really pretty stressful. Okay, let's see. I'm trying. I think I'm getting Bomb Bomb's face. My little dog is different from Bomb Bomb's character. Let's see, because she Jamie Bass was telling me that you know she get along with some people, but not with everybody. The little dog I have, she is like she doesn't get along with anyone as soon as you step into the house. For the first 20 minutes, it's just like you think, oh my God, I'm going to know. And the next hour, she's just there, resting her head on your lap, just like it's your dog. Yes. It's always the same, you know. As soon as somebody steps inside the house, she starts barking, barking, and we're just there trying to control her because it looks like she's about to bite anyone. And the next hour, she's just there like she's your dog. I suppose that's pretty good. Well, I don't know. I mean, okay, let's see. I'm gonna add more colors. Okay, and more paint, obviously, thicker paint. Yeah. Okay, okay, okay. Hmm. I just think stepping back a bit and thinking, you know, more than thinking on likeness. I'm gonna think about that obviously on when I work more and more, when I get more into details, and thinking more about the whole painting, the whole, let's say, composition. Okay, maybe it's gonna be okay. Make this area a little bit lighter. Okay, maybe a bit warmer or a bit cooler like this. Mhm. Okay, I'm gonna switch to these rounded brushes. They're not they're not pointy anymore. They were pretty pointy, but they are not pointy anymore. It doesn't matter. Okay, just to add more paint, thicker paint. Okay. Mhm. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, Jeremy saying my parrot is driving me crazy. Anyone thinking about getting a parrot? We have a parrot for adoption here. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Just gonna mix more paint. More. This is raw umber. Yesterday, just somebody came here to pick up a painting, painting a dog portrait. Yeah. It was kind of a little bit sad because this guy almost cried when he saw the painting. Yeah. For a second, made me remember the dogs that I had and cats, and I've been the responsible for to bear it all of them. Oops, that's too dark. Okay, this color is better for this area. The upper photograph, I think it shows better the color. But it's the same, you know. The upper photograph looks a bit warmer. Yeah, just a bit. Hmm. Trudy C saying never stop being a student. Experiment and get out of the comfort zone. Oh yeah, that everybody recommends that. Okay, I don't know if that's true. Yeah. But yeah, it definitely is true. Yeah, but when we paint, it's kind of we are on the on inside the or comfort zone. Yeah? The thing is that we just need to accept that those don't some paintings are just not gonna be okay. Just like it's just that. Yeah, that's gonna happen, and that's gonna happen at any stage on your painting life. Yeah, that's kind of normal. It's just like uh, we gotta move on to the next paint. It doesn't mean that we need to give up, but it's just this moving on to the next painting. It's just to understand that it's a longer process. It's gonna take us a lot of painting, and we cannot just stop, you know, from just continue practicing. Sometimes for me, I feel more relaxing when I think it's just one more painting. And when I'm more relaxed, I think I paint better than when I thinking, oh, this gotta be a very nice painting. And I have to trick my brain because I want every one of my paintings to be a really good painting. But I gotta trick just my brain to make it think, oh, relax, this is just one more painting. It's darker here. Okay, as I continue, I'm gonna just think about more colors. can just make it this a little bit orangey, pretty subtle. Put it here. Okay, you just knock it down the color as soon as you see like it looks like a stain. That means that it's too saturated. We group the colors by value and saturation. Okay, then we add some tiny accents. Okay, that for example, if I just mix white with a touch of yellow, that's gonna make this area just pop a bit more. Color glows a bit more. Why? Because that touch of yellow add a little bit of saturation, and compared to just white, definitely that touch of yellow make this color pop. And that's what I want. And you notice the difference between the light here and the light here? Okay, now here's when we want to be careful. Why? Because sometimes we pick up the same color and we put it here and here and here. Okay, it's the same for the shadow, for example. Now, when I painted the shadows, okay, let's say that I got this. It's just white, black, sorry. And I paint this shadow here. I paint this, and then I paint this, just black. Okay? Even that I see it, I'm just making my eyes move from here, 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 here. And I'm bringing this forward. I gotta just knock down this. Knock down. Okay, that way, this is not coming forward. This is coming forward. Now that's how you use values to create illusion of depth. Okay? Hello, Wolfpack Studios. Yeah, that's right, Trudy. Okay, now remember, values, that's why everybody keeps saying values are king. If the values are good, colors are good. If the values are not good, colors not gonna be good. Okay? Okay, here is when I pay attention to the face. The expression is basically on this upper part of the eye socket. And the volume, we need to create this rounded volume here around the eye socket. Now I'm painting this darker, just black. Oh, another thing, I'm gonna paint Bonbon 3 times. I mean, I'm not gonna paint here 3 times on YouTube, but I'm gonna paint here with different backgrounds. I painted my dog, the last one I have 2 times. And I'm planning to paint here just 3 times too, or maybe even more. Now here's where I gotta just stop and think about values. Okay, is still this the darker spot? Okay, I could add a little bit of a lizard crimson, which is a darker color, and just keep what we call colorful black. Okay, I could use a little bit of ultramarine blue, which is pretty dark too, and put it here. a touch of pure ultramarine blue there. You barely notice, but definitely it's doing something there. It's color, okay? It's doing something. If the value is right, it's doing something there. Okay, 3DC saying raw umber, ultramarine blue, and white to make the grade down white. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm mixing. Okay. Mm, okay. I'm just thinking. Okay, let's paint her teeth. Okay. First the nose. Light here. A little bit of light here. Okay. Little bit of light blue. Okay. Little bit of this light blue here. Okay. Now, a little bit of red, a little bit of yellow with this gray. Okay. It's just some touches, few touches of color. Okay. I see a little bit of what it looks a little bit of orangey color here. Oops, that was too orangey, too reddish. Now it could be that something is reflecting this color. Another thing that I know you notice, if you notice that there's a little bit of reddish, and that's the color of the floor. Okay, for sure, that's bouncing. Now I have changed the color, but I can still just copy that little bit of this kind of pinky shadow reflected light. I need to put more paint here. white. Yeah, a bit more white. A second, just to think. Okay. Let's continue here. Okay. Now here, I'm trying to exaggerate a little bit the soft edge. Okay, a little bit. Why? Because I want this to be a sharp edge, and since this is blurry, this is coming forward. Okay, and just pure black, because I want to add a lot of contrast. Okay. Now I'm gonna need to add more midtones, lights. But I think I'm getting what I want. Okay, with this work on edges. Now let's think about the eyes. Yellow and red. Orange. Okay, we can spend more time on the eyes to get more details. Okay, let's see. Highlight there and there. I'm gonna add a little bit of blue here. Here too. Highlight there. Okay, now I'm gonna work around the eyes. First, the white of the eye. Okay, I'm gonna move to the other eye because I almost get caught up on just one eye. And this is one rule I have. You know, I I don't I shouldn't stay just in one eye. It's always about both alignment, size, and it's always about the relationship between all of those things between one eye and the other eye. Otherwise, what could happen? That maybe you're gonna end up with one eye bigger than the other, lighter than the other. Okay, I think that's good. Okay. Okay, I think I'm getting the expression of the beautiful and great bum bum, bum bum. I think I painted this eye bigger than the other one. It's not like the eyes are perfectly symmetrical, but in this case, I think it's just a mistake. And that's why I get caught up on this eye and the eye on the left. Okay. I want to add more details on the eyes and less details around. Ah, the nose too. I have to add more details on the nose. Okay. Do you think it's coming forward? Okay. Is that okay? I created that illusion. Okay, another way to enhance that or create more is just to add color. Okay, if I add more warmer colors in the face, a bit warmer colors in the face, I'm gonna make the face just pop forward. And it means that all the colors here has to be a little bit cooled down. Okay. Thus, color theory rules to create depth, edges, contrast, and color. Okay, those are the tools that we use to create depth, to create the illusion of three-dimensionality. It's not like the photograph is not three-dimensional, obviously it is, but we as painters, we can just exaggerate that a bit more. And it's going to work. It works when we do it. I mean, we find the right balance. Works, always works. And always keeping an eye on values. I always recommend have with you a value scale. It's not like we use the value scale like, hey, I need to use it. No, it's just to more to remind us about the differences between the values. A color wheel too. Color wheel is pretty important for the same reason. It's the same way we paint another thing is a sphere. Just to remember the values, all the values that we need to paint in order to represent something that's rounded. Okay, that's good, that's good. More white with a touch of yellow. Okay, now red with a lot of white. This is basically pink. Really light, a lot of white. Okay. If you notice that it's really pinky, you add more white. What's my intention? That to add more color to make the face pop. It's just the same principle. We repeat the same again and again. Now the thing is that you say, oh, it's the same again and again because you see all the videos I have here. It's the same again and again. And the thing is that the rules are the same, but the balance is different for each painting. That what makes each painting a challenge. Okay. Now the more I see it here with the tears, the more I thinking that she was at the moment that she was saying, "Take the camera out of my face." It could be Jamie. Light blue, really light. This has to be subtle touches, pretty subtle touches. These are the fundamentals about values in color theory and ages. Did you notice a little bit of the colors there? After it dries, if I see that I overdo it, like too many colors, I'm just gonna add some glazes. Okay, a little bit of color from on the shadow. If the color doesn't look okay when you paint it, just leave it there. Put more paint on top. Don't wipe it off. I mean, you're gonna end up seeing that this color is still there. It's just like you don't need to paint it that bright, that saturated. Okay. Just thinking. Okay, let's continue working here. I was thinking that maybe I should add longer brush strokes instead of trying to get smaller details. Okay. No, but you choose. It's not like one way is gonna be better than the other. You choose. For example, sometimes a longer brush strokes it works better just to represent, to recreate, to create, the illusion of the fair. Like I choose one way or the other. Maybe for one painting it's better just try to get every single detail. Now obviously I'm not gonna get every single detail in a couple of hours here, but when I try to say enough to represent the form, the lights, the shadows, and some details, or just longer brush strokes that I'm gonna just at the end do the same, but with a little bit of simplification, a bit more simplification. Sometimes works better. Sometimes a longer brush strokes it creates more movement. Okay, like here for example, I think. And another thing that happens that when you lay down the paint, you just do this movement and you already have a soft edge. That represents pretty good the fair. Yeah, I think it was a good idea changing to longer brush strokes or using a bigger brush. Okay. One thing about a sharp edge here, I need to make it really sharp. Yeah, that's good. Here too. Okay. Oh, the ears. Okay, now the background, because I need to add more color to the background. Did you hear that? I remember this painter, Delacroix. I don't know if I'm mispronouncing Delacroix. He said once, give me mud. I'm gonna paint. He said something like, I'm gonna paint a human figure with mud, but as soon as I'm gonna be able to paint the background with colors. Delacroix. Somebody, somebody knows the name, how it was. I mean, I know the name or know the painter. I remember the painter, but I don't know how to pronounce if I'm mispronouncing the name. Okay. 1 second. Okay, let's continue. Oh, thank you, Michael. Hello, Daniel. Thank you. Gracias. Yeah, okay, let's add more color to the background. Okay, no. One more thing here. Oops, sorry. Sorry, I'm gonna turn off my phone. Okay, 1 second, please. Okay, 1 second. Okay, sorry. I always have the same problem. I forget to turn off my phone. I'm adding some touches of this kind of pinky color. Okay, now a little bit of yellow for the background, a little bit here. Okay, a little bit of cerulean blue here. Okay, a little bit of this slightly bluish color here. I need more white. I don't see her whiskers. Hmm. Somebody's asking me, hello Carmen, sí, buenas tardes, when I'm gonna paint uh, with pastel again? Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna do it. I don't know exactly when, but definitely I'm gonna do it. I love pastels. Just what happens, usually in this time of the year, I got some commissions and I paint. Uh, no, the last year I painted like 3, 4 portraits here on YouTube. Okay, this year I'm painting more, pets, and uh, yeah, basically that. I'm gonna spend more time painting pets maybe this year than the than the last year. Yeah, I was thinking just about that, about my schedule. Uh, Maybe I was thinking just Tuesdays I could paint pets, and Thursdays, as usually I paint, human portraits. Yep. I mean, I don't know, but I still have tomorrow. I have class. I cannot paint, but I have to paint one more portrait here, and yeah, and at least I have two more, yeah, 2 or 3 more. Yep, I gotta just, since I'm taking the commissions, and I loved obviously to paint pets. Definitely, for me, is way more relaxing than painting a human face. Not just for me, for you all, I think, pretty sure. Oops. I think I didn't get the expression of this eye. I have to move the upper eyelid a little bit up. There. Mm-hmm. 1 second just to step back, check out. Just gonna clean my hands. Okay, almost done here. A few more touches, and obviously I need to do some retouches off camera as soon as the painting dries. Okay, I need a little bit of green. Okay, a bit darker here. Oops, too yellowish. Okay, for example, this area is black. We see on the photograph. Okay, I'm not painting that black this little portion because I want to create illusion that the body is just receding. Okay, it's not coming forward. Obviously, it's the balance between doing something like that and what's happening here, and the same here and here and here. Okay, those are the difficult things about just this is that I'm explaining is that we don't see those things. Okay, that's basically I'm applying the fundamentals about how we can use color and values to create illusion of depth. Okay, now you need to know that to try to apply those things, to try to make those subtle changes. It doesn't mean that those are going to work all the time, but definitely we have an advantage because remember those phrases out there that says we paint what we see, we paint what we know, and we paint what we want to see. I love to repeat those phrases. The other one, it says value does the hard work and color takes the credit. Okay, we gotta remember all those things in order to just get a painting. You know, it's about more. It's I gotta say it's more for a La Prima style, in one section style. Because if somebody wants to paint like a photograph, it's about just spending a lot of time trying to capture every little detail. When we paint something more artistic, let's say, we cannot choose what to paint, choose where to add more contrast, where to lower the contrast, where to add more color. We choose those things. The same way we choose to add a little bit of pink here, a little bit of green on the background, or some touches here and there. Okay. I think that's it for today. Now I gotta think what else I need to do after it dries. Okay, what are the changes? Where I have to put more paint or more contrast. Repeat the same again, you know. Okay, thank you, Jamie Bay Bayas. I think that's the way to pronounce your name. For trust me. Okay, I'm painting your beautiful bomb bomb. Okay. Next step is just let it dry, and I'm not gonna say that the changes after it dries are that much. It's more about few just adjustments on values that maybe nobody's gonna notice if I show after and before. Uh, Usually, what I do is, I squint down my eyes a lot. I try to compare values. I take a picture, I make it darker, pretty dark. I do the same with the photograph, and I compare. Sometimes what happens is that I notice that I have to, for example, darken up more here, or light up more here. So things like that. Another things that I could change, that would be the background. Make it darker or make it lighter to add more or less contrast. Okay, that would be another change. Another change, it could be the cast shadow here. Darker or lighter. If I make it darker, it's gonna pop forward. The more darker I can do this, it's gonna start competing with the face. Okay, now I gotta just kind of control that. How much is good? How much is enough? A bit more, and then kind of just pushing and pulling the value and the color. Okay, just basically that. The last things I do are just some touch-ups. For example, I could use a pure alizarin crimson and put it here. Here. Nobody's gonna notice from a distance, pretty sure, but the color is doing something there. Okay, maybe here a touch of red. Here, unless the color is too bright, yeah, you just pick up and just erase it. That's what I'm gonna do with this red. It's too bright. Okay, just a few things like that. For example, another thing that I'm seeing is about this kind of subtle, warmer color. That's a reflection from the carpet. I like that color. I got a little bit here, but maybe it's too reddish. Well, I need to knock it down. Let's see. Not yet. I need to rest my eyes and just see the painting later with fresh eyes and see, what's wrong and what can I do to make it even better. Okay, and oh, thank you, Jamie. Jamie saying it looks amazing. Pretty glad you like it. And next thing that would be, using the same to paint the other two versions. What I'm gonna do basically, I'm gonna trace it, this one, to paint the other two. I think that's the best way to have kind of the same, size without any, I'm gonna retouch, for example, a bit more. For example, another thing that I see, it could be because of the position of the head. It could be, I don't know, that one eye looks bigger than the other, a bit bigger than the other, just a tiny bit. Okay. It could be just, sometimes it's something so simple like just adding a little bit of light here and here, or more light, for example, on the white of the eye. Yeah, I'm gonna do that when it dries, because it's difficult to get the white of the eye when the painting is wet. On the other eye, maybe the same thing. We see a little bit of the sclera. Maybe moving the sclera a little bit down. Okay. I think it's about reducing the size of this eye. Pretty glad that I saw the mistakes. Sometimes I don't see those mistakes. I see those mistakes the next day. It's better to see them here and being able to fix it in front of your eyes. Okay, I think that's better. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here, and see you on the next video. Okay, bye, everybody. Oh, I haven't read some. Oh, Scott, we think Tong said, I'd love to see you attack a larger piece. Yeah, the problem with that is that my setup. I got the camera here. If I paint a larger piece, that's more difficult for me to record it. It's pretty difficult, you know. I have tried that. You're gonna end up seeing the back of my head and not the painting, because that happens. This is the best size here for YouTube. You know. Oh, thank you, Trudy. Carmen saying store is Carmen Santos. Oh, you're using pastel paper, pastel matte. Okay, I have here the pastel matte is the best. I'm using just sandpaper, real sandpaper, you know, for like this one. Look at that one. It says sandpaper for good. That's the number. There is a portrait that we painted in class with pastels. Now, obviously, it's a pretty good paper, but I would recommend use a pastel matte. I think everybody had told me that this is the best paper. Okay. That's pretty good if you have that one. Okay. Oh, hi, Sylvia. Okay. We're done. Kathy Turner, thank you. Lorenzo, gracias. Thank you so much for being here. Bye. Oh, another thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the face a bit darker. Yeah. Yeah, a bit make dark. But that's better, you know. There's not something that I'm not regretting doing that now here. No, it's better because I'm gonna have more control on how dark is the nose in this area. Because my intention is gonna be always make the face pop, always. Okay, bye everybody.